What if the biggest bottleneck in your company's sales pipeline isn't actually your sales team, but your customer support inbox?
I mean, it's a controversial thought, right? But when you look at how communication actually flows in most organizations, it's entirely accurate. The support queue is, well, it's where momentum just goes to die.
Yeah, wow. Welcome to the deep dive, by the way. Today, we are looking at a tool designed to connect two worlds that historically usually want absolutely nothing to do with each other.
Right, customer support and outbound sales.
Exactly. We're unpacking the mechanics of something called the Automated Customer Support Hub. And our mission today, for you listening, is to look at exactly how this single platform aims to pull overwhelmed managers out of the inbox, fundamentally rewire how leads are handled, and we'll get to this later, but it's wild and completely disrupt the standard software as a service pricing model.
Yeah, the pricing thing is going to blow people's minds, but the underlying premise we're dealing with here is a really universal pain point. Customer support managers are just drowning.
Oh, totally.
But it's not just the sheer volume of inquiries that's the problem. It's the whiplash, the constant grinding friction of context switching.
Right. Let's unpack that burden of volume first. Because if we don't really understand the psychological toll of the current state of support, the actual mechanics of this tool won't mean much to you. What does that context switching actually look like on the ground?
Well, imagine the cognitive load required to shift gears like every 3 minutes. At 10 a.m., you're placating a furious customer who just received a shattered product,
Right?
right?
Yeah. You have to be super empathetic.
Right, empathetic, apologetic, highly tactical. Then literally at 10 or 3 a.m., you have to pivot completely to answer a warm sales lead who, just wants a little more detail on your pricing tiers.
And for them, you have to be upbeat and persuasive.
Exactly. Crisp and energetic. Doing that 50 times a day doesn't just eat up the clock. I mean, it completely drains your mental reserve.
And when you're drained, you make mistakes.
Oh, constantly.
Or worse, you just start sending generic copy-pasted replies to everyone just to, clear the queue out. Which brings us to the core promise of this hub. The claim is that by automating the routine variations of these emails, teams can save about 3 hours per week.
Great.
Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here for a second. 3 hours. I mean, in a 40-hour week, 3 hours is basically a long lunch break. Is that really a revolutionary efficiency gain, or is this just a tool to let managers punch out early on a Friday?
I mean, I get that. It sounds minor if you only look at it as a raw metric of time, but the true value isn't in the minutes. It's in the reallocation of cognitive resources.
Reallocation.
Yeah, because when you're buried in like routine password resets or really basic shipping questions, you are entirely reactive. You cannot step back and look at the systemic issues.
Right. You can't ask why the shipping corbel is breaking in the first place because you're too busy apologizing for it.
Right. Exactly. You're bailing water instead of actually patching the hole in the boat. So by automating the routine responses, you aren't just saving 3 hours, you are buying back the mental bandwidth required to focus on complex, high-priority issues.
Which is huge.
It is. The ultimate goal mentioned in the source material isn't laziness or even just, operational efficiency. The end game is improved overall customer satisfaction.
Because a customer with a truly complex, unique problem, a problem that requires actual human empathy and creative problem solving, they aren't stuck waiting 3 days in a queue while a manager types out 50 identical password reset emails.
Precisely. The time saved is reinvested directly into the critical touch points where human intervention actually moves the needle.
Okay, I buy the philosophy. Makes total sense. But I am, frankly, highly skeptical of the execution here.
Fair enough.
Because look, we have all been trapped in the infinite loop of a terrible automated support bot.
Oh, the absolute worst.
It's infuriating.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. Did you mean track my order? So how does this hub actually generate a response without sounding like a broken robot?
Well, the steps outlined here are...
I mean, if I just feed this system a raw list of customer complaints, isn't it just going to spit out a massive batch of robotic form letters? That sounds like a PR disaster waiting to happen.
It does, but that's the defining failure of early generation automation. It operated in a total vacuum. It looked at the immediate text of the complaint, found a keyword, and just fired off a canned